everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Let me introduce Duncan. Duncan Moss, who's our creator, artist, client. We're all here for Duncan today, so please welcome Duncan Moss.
Thanks very much, everybody. I just wanted to say welcome. So happy you're here. COVID, storms, pestilence, and we've finally got a date, so I'm really delighted to have you here today. Steve's done a lovely job on the orchestration of these, what are essentially piano songs. So yeah, I hope everyone has a good day, has a bit of fun, and thank you very much for coming. Steve, thank you.
Let's do number one.
Here it is.
I was in another studio with Hayden Bendel, working on a different album, and he'd gone into the house. While he was there, I was just filling in time really, and there was a lovely Yamaha Grand in the other studio, so I started playing it. When he came out, he said, "What's that?" And I said, "Oh, it's just some piano songs I've been writing, forever." He said, "Oh, I like it, play me some more." So I did. And then he said, "Have you ever thought about doing a piano album?" And I said, "Well, no, I haven't. I don't know if people listen to that stuff." "Oh man," he said, "you're crazy, do some more." So I did, and then the upshot of that was 10 minutes later, he picked the phone up and he spoke to Michaela at Masterchord in Finchley, and he said, "Have you got any availability in about 6 weeks' time?" To cut a long story short, 6 weeks later, I'm there at Masterchord for 3 days, recorded this album, which we originally intended to do as just a solo piano. So we got that one in the bag, and then a little later I was talking to a chum of mine, Steve Sidwell, and I thought it would be nice. I said to him, "How about, should we orchestrate it and give it a different flavour?" I said to Steve, "I tell you what, do one, and we'll see where we go from there." So he did one. I absolutely loved it. It was great. I said, "Well, you better do the other 10." So we basically ended up doing the 11 songs, orchestrated obviously with the samples rather than the live orchestra.
Just things in the bar 40. Did you want them to crescendo up or keep them quite quiet? I didn't know whether that was missing in that line to crescendo through to bar 40.
In the woodwind.
Yeah, I mean, Neil was still messing around, so I didn't observe it as a kind of musical thing. Bar 40, flute, horn, and first violin, so they crescendo up to an F as well? Or did you want to keep it purposely?
Yeah, they should do, yeah, well spotted.
Correct, because they're playing yeah. But, or because they're going to arco, do you want them to go back to piano at 34 and crescendo with everybody else?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Steve had been recommended to me by a record producer friend who's based in just outside Bath, up at the Real World Studios in Box. Steve came over and said, "I've got about an hour, I'll have a listen and see what can be done." He came over anyway, ended up staying about 4 hours. We got him like a house on fire, and we became buddies after that. He's an amazing guy. So once I got all the demos through from Steve with the orchestration and the piano work that I've been doing, it was obviously a case of then, where can we do it? This just happened to fall right in the middle of the pandemic. I can't tell you how problematical it was trying to get this done. There were people in the orchestra coming down with COVID every 5 minutes. It was just really an impossibility. And there's basically only two studios, Abbey Road and Air, for doing this kind of thing. We went to Paul Spong, who runs a company called Music Creation. He put together the whole orchestra. And then we found out that both of them were fully booked for the whole of 2022. I then sat down and I thought, I can't believe this. I've got to wait over a year to get this recorded. Paul said, "No, leave it with me. I'll see if we can challenge a date," which he then did, and he phoned up at I think it was the end of December, middle of December, and he said, "Right, we've got a date for the 19th of February, which was just a pure joy. I couldn't believe it. From having to wait for over a year, we had the date literally in a couple of months. There's something absolutely extraordinary about a live orchestra. It's hard to define. It's an incredible, joyous, cohesive sound. The orchestrations are beautiful. It's simple music. It's very pretty music, very melodic, So I just know that sonically it's going to sound absolutely beautiful. Yeah, can we hear it again? Just hear that little section.
Yeah, lovely.
Happiness.
Yep.
Yep.
I'd actually been there about 3 years ago with a muso friend of mine. So I went along, and I mean, it just blew my mind. It's an extraordinary building, and the sound inside, the sound in the hall is just off the scale. It's absolutely fantastic. And when we came out, I said to this friend of mine, I'm going to record there one day. And little did I know that literally less than 3 years later, I'd be recording my album there.
That was great. Thank you all so much. Thanks, Duncan. Really, thank you so much. Loads of joy. It's beautiful, really. I feel all emotional. I'm going to go away. Thank you so much.
What an amazing day yesterday. Loved every minute of it. The orchestra were beyond fantastic. Such a lovely bunch of people too. The joy in the room was glorious, and the sound both in the room and in the control room was it was off the scale. It was absolutely superb. Steve did an amazing job. He literally had everyone in the palm of his hand. Incredible day. Loved every second of it.